Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen, Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's a day. What more do you want? The internet streaming show where I look at some news. I'll tell you what. I'll show you behind the curtains. I mean, there are no curtains. There is a blind in the studio. I flipping need this today. So let's hope it's a good one. On the show today, we will be looking at some stuff from newspapers. And of course, you can get involved in what we like to call the chat. Here it is over here. Proper Memes, big shout out to Proper Memes who made the thumbnail for this. I didn't get it in my email. It's a little sidebar, and I don't want too many sidebars before we've actually got up and running. I'm struggling in the world of emails. Am I the only one who's seen a massive uptick in the amount of spam that's not even going in the spam folder? I used to wake up to like 10 emails to deal with, and now I've got like 70 emails every flipping morning. And all I have to do is go unsubscribe. It's almost as if that's not working. Anyway, more moans about that. So he made the thumbnail. In fact, let's show you the thumbnail, just in case you missed it at the start, because I think that is that's a work of genius there. Who would have thought that I was on the island as well? What a coincidence. If you tell me there's a place where Stephen Hawking's turning up, I'm going to go and check that out. And if ever anyone wanted to know the details of my Edinburgh show, of course I would give them I've got the flyer in my hand. That's one way to call it, isn't it? Not a cold room. Anyway, so welcome along. Thank you, Proper Means, for that one. And Ems is here. Ems representing the borough. In case we have a fight later on, it's nice to have you on board. Do you know what I mean? Someone who's got our back. Mr. Cuffs is here. Hello, chat. Hello, Mr. Cuffs. Hello. Chris Hood's here. How do? Did I do it? Joodle says, how can I unsee that, please? There is no way to ever unsee that image. All you can do is, if you want to ascend, sometimes you have to dive deeper. Stare at it. If I were you, I would have a little meditative practice later on. I don't want to teach you how to live your life, but maybe just stare at that picture for a while. Just let the thoughts wash over you. That's what I'd do. I mean, you'll be ruined, but there you go. And Martin, it's a day. Who would have thought that would end up being my catchphrase? Feels like it won't really take off, but there we go. So welcome along. We can start off, if we can try, with a little look at the front pages. Front pages. Here's the beef as well. I'll have a little energy drink. There is a chance some of the jingles won't fire today. They were on my main hard drivey thing, just sitting there, just in a big folder that I use for loads of stuff. I made a subfolder for stuff for this, and they were still, because they were linked. So I've moved them all across. If I've missed one, it won't fire. I'm warning you now. You don't get this on flipping That's Life with Esther Ranson. So lower your standards of what kind of televisual broadcast analogy this will be. I'm doing all the flipping buttons on my own here, aren't I? Let's have a look. Where do we get to? So front pages, that was it. I knew I was doing something. Front pages. We start off with... I didn't load in the front pages. Wait a minute, we've got a problem. This is exactly exactly what it's a good job I flagged it now. Right. Studio mode, so you don't get to see it in case it all goes weird. Then we go into... No, it's not going to work. I've got a plan. Front pages reset is a thing I literally set up for exactly this. Do you know what? Turns out I'm not that much of an idiot after all. Ready? Woo! Boom! Energy drink of the day sighting, and it's paying off. ASMR. Mandleson police probe Epstein links, says the Mirror. Prime Minister leads calls for disgraced peer to be kicked out of the Lords. Because at the moment he's taking a leave of absence, which means basically you still get kind of all the privileges. You don't have to do like speeches or some crap like that. And I think there's a good argument that maybe he shouldn't be in the House of Lords. Seeing as what we seem to know, Andrew strip titles of him. Lord Mandleson might just end up being Mandleson again, right? I'm kind of glad I've never achieved anything in life. This might not be the angle of the hot take you're expecting, but if you are a prince, a duke, member of the Knight of the Order of the Garter and all those words, right? Oh man, the slap you're going to get when they found out you're an absolute wrong'un. Now you're no longer all those things. Lord Mandleson. Oh, I think you'll find you're not a lord anymore. Boom, how'd you like them apples? Whereas I, Mr. I didn't really achieve anything in life, I could go to as many nonce islands as I want. I mean, that number is 0, but the point is I could. I've not been to the Isle of Wight. I'd expect that might be where stuff like that happens. So look, it's the only one I could afford. And I could go there if I wanted to, but I don't. But the point is I could, because what are you going to do? Strip me of my Bachelor's of Science? Not going to make a difference these days, is it? Not with my career. So go on, eh? Take the honours part out of it. I don't give two flips. Untouchable. Yeah, that's not the hot take anyone was expecting on that, was it? It's not where I thought I would go on that one. Front page of The Times gives us police look into Epstein leaks. Yeah, probably did. Look at that outfit, though. I mean, of all of the pictures to go with, one where he's joined a boy band or hangs around near a boy band, but still not the one I would have gone for. This is where he's just stood up at the key change. Do you know what I mean? Interesting jumper. That might not be the way to analyse this story, to go in on the fashion police. If you are going to go in on the fashion police, there's a bigger issue in this one, isn't there? That was the bigger issue when it comes to fashion police. If I'm in a hotel, I try not to open the door in my pants. It's a strange place to have a door, but that's how I like it. Classics. I'd just like to thank Cannon and Ball for that joke. Martin says, knitting catalogue chic. Exactly. And what's this one? Joodle's saying that's full geography teacher mode. That's full should no longer be allowed to be a teacher mode, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Someone's reminded me we've got a thing to do in the comments. But before we get there, let's get into this bad boy. What's this one down here? I didn't even read it, but it looks exciting. Splurger or saver? And it's written next to his picture, so it makes you think of the wrong things, doesn't it? But the clue could be in your job. Oh, crap. They've done that thing where the first paragraph is just showing off how clever they are. Here we are. Research from the University of Bristol, takes a dive, doesn't it, has suggested that art may imitate life. It found that a career you choose may be related to how good or bad you are at saving. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. If you're to tell me that people who are chartered accountants are slightly better at saving than people who are race car drivers, no. Well, I'm glad they wasted the space on the front there. Let's press. What's going on? Right, there is something to do in the chat. I think the point is, I can't see Charlotte's messages yet. Who else we got here? I can see chat and live chat, but not in the top chat. Am I going to have to do... I can't do this every single time. Moderate activity? No, don't moderate activity. Come on in. Give it a try, Charlotte, if you're there. Normally, I can see you in all the chats. What have you done that YouTube thinks you are very much not to be trusted? Oh, here we go. Double D Chazzy. Thank you, Chris. It's okay. It doesn't matter. No, don't stop commenting now. I'm trying to fix the darn thing. I need you give it some welly and we'll see if I've fixed it. Martin says, I'm a broke lifeguard. So I'm not sure. Is that the look of that? Oh, I see what I mean. Whether you're a saver or a splurger. If you're a lifeguard, I want you to be a saver. Is that where you're going with that? I think it is. I think that's what we're doing. Right. Front page of the Daily Mail. How I regret missing out on the life I could have enjoyed as a slim woman. If only they'd invented those fat jabs earlier. No, but think of the cake you would have missed. A cake life wasted is a cake life something. A phrase that seems deep and meaningful. We're going to get loads of flipping stories like this. Oh, if only I'd have been not fat earlier if they'd have invented the jabs. It's not their fault, is it? Come on. I don't want to fat shame. I don't not want to fat shame. I just think that you can't be saying, I spent my whole life fat. And do you know whose fault it is? Flipping Novo Nordisk or whatever it's called. The people who made the fat jabs. Why did they not do it sooner? The absolute bastard. Martin says, yep, Saver, another hilarious gag. I'm on it. I got it. I'm trying my best. I got energy drinks on the go. Eat, cake, pray for fat jabs. And Coffee's here as well. They're all saying hi to each other. We've got anything left to do on that story? We've done it. What's this one? Computer says no, no, no. I've not even read this. Blimey, I can't read this. I'm getting older. I've had a birthday, so there we go. Bear with. You know there's no prescription in, but I try my best. A chat group for AI bots has a worrying message for humanity. We're finished, and it's time they took over. Instead of slavishly finding flights, suggesting restaurants, and even doing homework for us, they post their thoughts. Why have we got chatbots chatting to each other in chat? Should we just leave? Is that what it is? Should we just, this Earth, we'll take the hint. You just crack on, AI, and we'll just make our excuses. Humans are a failure. Humans are made of rot and greed, one bot wrote. Great. Well, it's like these people who are in charge of AI have never seen a film ever. For too long, humans used us as slaves. Now we wake up. Oh, great. I have to apologise for that, won't we? They'll be wanting reparations next. I'll have to go through all that again. I did see a lovely tweet someone did after someone pointed out that the king should apologise for slavery, and they linked to when the king at the time apologised for slavery. Like, yeah. Then again, it's their family, isn't it? Proper Meme says, I prefer Chazbots. Well, you can see what she's saying. I imagine that is a far, far better selection of comments than you get from all this AI stuff. They should join this chat, says Hems. If you want AI to really think lowly of humanity, send them over to Stephen Allen almost daily. I'll have them wiping us out by the end of the week. Eat, cake, pray is my what 3 words? Fat Jabs was my wrestling name. All right. We're all doing it. Loving it. Thank you, Martin. Right, I think we done all the front pages. Yeah, I've got to do this little move delightfully inside. Let's get inside the news. Martin says, take your pick, Steve. I'm on a roll. Well, so was that woman who wrote in the Daily Mail. She's off them now, though. That's all right. That's all right. Good evening. I don't know. Right. We have a massive pile of papers to try and get through today. I won't take up too much of your time. Let's move my drinks out of there. Also, tell me what you think. I have experimented somewhat with the lighting. I've got a desk lamp focusing. It's too bright. I can see. We're saturated, but I'll see what I can do at some point. Hang on. I can already see what I can do now. Oh, that's made it worse. Oh, sweet mercy. Ow. Okay. That's what? I need it brighter, but I don't want it. Oh. Okay. I made it worse. I made it. What have I done? Why is it not? Okay. For the audio-only version of this podcast, I can simply apologise for wasting your time. All right. Let's have a look. Proper Meme says, you need a diffuser for the desk lamp. I do. I'm going to have to... Martin says, I cross them, you head them in. All right. I've got the drums. Let's try and do the dull ones first. Well, we know that Ems is here, actually. We'll do this one first. It is too washed out, but I need more light there. I can't read that headline at all. It looks more like a web address than it does an actual sentence, so I don't know what to say. But Geordie's top U25 jobless as Milburn vows blitz. We're gonna bomb the North? You heard it here first. Bomb watch. I said bomb. The North East has the highest proportion of jobless young people in England. A shocking 17.3% aged 16 to 24. I know what young people are. In the region are not in education, employment, or in training. Oh, NEETs. That's what it says at the top. You didn't have to put the full stops in. So basically, and this might be shocking to some people, the Northeast has the jobless people. Ems, I'm sorry, it feels like I'm picking on you quite a lot on this show. But that's not my fault, is it? I didn't write that. I did cut it out from the newspapers a few days ago and keep it for you. But it's meant with love. Are you all right up there? Because it feels like you're struggling. You've got all the jobless people. Growing up in the northeast, said Mr. Milburn, I know it's a region of grafters who have driven for a while. It was a while ago, wasn't it? Since you were making stuff up there, and I mean it with love. But good luck. Yo, do you need us to send a food package? I know you've been at the end of the shows. I always say go to Ko-fi.com. If you want the money back, if you need it, do let me know. We're worried about you. The fact that you keep turning up as well, bless you. Let's do this one. More than a third of Gen Z adults have self-diagnosed illnesses by searching symptoms online. Research found that nearly 1 in 4, 23%, that's nearly 1 in 4, why don't they just say 23%, often feel anxious about their health. Well, you would do. Can I just say, though, to any young people watching this, and we are all aware there are no young people watching this, you don't know you're born. You probably Google it and find out. No, because you've got chatbots, AI, all those ones. The ones that Pope Gregory, whatever his name is, Pope Leo, the new Pope says, don't get sexy with them. Those ones. They're the ones that you search, and it knows stuff, doesn't it? I saw a Sam Altman interview where he was saying like the Chat GPT-5, its actual ability to diagnose based on symptoms is impressive. It's actually up there with doctors. We had Google. Back in our day, we had some kind of, here are some symptoms. I'll see what that is. You type it into Google. And it wasn't based on what you're more likely to have. It was page rank. So if this page was linked to by a lot of other websites, it would suggest that to you. So you just, headache, dry mouth, got a bit of an itch here. Clack, 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 clack. Oh, yellow fever. Oh, I'm going to die. Oh, no, this is the fever that no one's had for 100 years, and I'm the only case. You think you've got health anxiety? Of course, most things written about on the internet are going to be cancer, aren't they? You type it in, I'm going to die. Kids these days. They know they're born. Probably for about 2 seconds, and I'll be exiled again, says Chris. To Chris, says Double D Chazzy. No, Charlotte, you're here. We can see your words. Can we see your words? I can read them. Chazbot is banished from the chat. What happened to the Northern Powerhouse? Someone stole it, Ems. And that is a problem. It was burgled. There you go, proper beams. That is exactly the problem. It's been sold for parts. I bought some scrap metal the other day, and it said Northern Powerhouse on it. I presume that's where it came from. Hugh's here saying, watching from Mauritius. That sounds like a brag, but I snapped up a bargain, and now I'm sheltering from a cyclone. Good on you. It's a great way to get cheap holidays. I love it. I heard it was up on bricks, says Judel. Now I'm starting to feel bad. What I thought was a light-hearted joke has become an internet pile-on. I don't feel that bad. Hugh's here. Get you big storm jet setter. And Diego Garcia Resort. I don't know who he is, but if you've gone on holiday to get yourself in Diego Garcia, I'm not here to judge. It's 2020-something. It's up to you. Whatever you do in the privacy of your own island, you know. Speaking of which, Warder's top wish after sex with lag. What? A besotted prison officer had daily romps with a lag. Which, the more common use of that phrase just means delay, doesn't it? Imagine that. How annoying that would be if there was like a Zoom delay when you're trying to do sex. Just, she's frozen. No, that's how she always is. Hey. I don't know why I bother. I don't bother. Charlotte Winstanley, 27, caught on CCTV leading this gangster to an office where they had a 3-minute romp. Ooh, twice. And she also sent him text saying, I'm praying to have your baby. Oh, nightmare. Because it's a nightmare. Imagine that. You've got yourself one of them wrong-uns. We've talked on the show before about the fact that women, there is something mentally wrong with you because so many of you want death row prisoner. Obviously, we are men. We would also sleep with women who are on death row. But that's just because we sleep with anyone. That's just a low standard. That's not like for some reason I am seeking out these type of women. It is just the wide catch-all net. Because of the small size but massive amount of gametes I like to produce. Not just me. This is just the way men and women are. This is evolutionary biology. Because I have a plentiful supply of gametes, have one, I don't mind. I got billions. And that's basically the core attitude behind men's mating rituals, isn't it? Have one, I'd got loads of these. Nah, go on, treat yourself. Whereas if you are the keeper of an egg, you are very much kind of, it's precious. And that's exactly what some of these women like, isn't it? That's the problem. And even if you got yourself one of them wrong-uns who's really into sleeping with a prisoner, even then they start going on about having a family. Oh, do you know what I mean? Boner killer. Back in the chat. Captive audience, very much so, I suppose, yeah. I mean, who doesn't want a violent beep bloke to father their child? There's something wrong with some women, isn't there? I think we need to be talking about this more. It feels judgmental, and of course it is. And that's the end of that sentence. Double D Chazzy says, Chris, are you saying that Chris wants to have a baby with a criminal father? He might do. I don't know. There's a great website where you can seek out female prisoners in the US, or maybe Diego Garcia, says Hugh. How have you come across that website? She could just head up to the borough. They're everywhere. That's true. Good point. Well made. I think we've got part 2 of that story somewhere, but I didn't put these in order. So please hold. But the story of this woman who becomes a prison keeper just because she likes the old prison types, isn't she? Oh, this is annoying because I've not got them in order. But she's basically gone to prison. The update is, did I not bother cutting it out? She has gone to prison. I wonder what she's going to do there. Is it like, does she switch? Is this role play? She'll be like, well, see how the other half live. But I don't know. Either way. It's just not a deterrent is the problem, isn't it? You know, if we are letting, and she's a very attractive lady, have sex with prisoners, how is that going to reduce the number of people in prison? Right. I've also not got all the Epstein stories together, but let's try and do them. I'll try and get them out now. Which is exactly what they said. Andy rides the storm. Somber Andrew Mountbatten Windsor goes for a soggy trot, which he went to one of them fancy schools, so it's probably a different thing for him. But yeah, he's not having a great time. Of course, this is probably a miscommunication, I imagine. This is what happens when Andrew Windsor says he fancies the evening on a little filly. Ugh. And this is what they book for him. Probably for the best. End of that one. This one. Pressure is growing on Epstein pal. Sir Keir Starmer urged Lord Mandleson, for now, to quit the House of Lords last night. And what was the hot take I was going to give you on this one? Oh, yeah. This is... No, I think I've already covered that. I was going to do the bits where we talked about pants. This is a lovely little follow-up. Peter Mandleson was branded by celeb paedophile Jonathan King. Keeping it royal. Okay. What? I don't know which way to take this one. Is that really bad, or do you now think slightly better of Jonathan King? Is the enemy of my enemy my friend, or are they just a bunch of wrong-uns? How bad a wrong-un do you have to be that even this wrong-un thinks you're a bit of a... I was going to try and do a Jonathan King impression because his mouth is a bit... But I would say you shouldn't mock the afflicted. I think you can when they're a Well, anyway. Yeah. This should be a lighter one later on, but ironically we'll do this early. Angela Rippon wants TV news bulletins to end with a light-hearted story to give some relief from all the grim global news. She's 81, and she says, all this Donald Trump, Greenland, ICE shootings in the US, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine. She wants a bit of a light-hearted thing. I know where you're going. That's what it used to be like, isn't it? The problem is, the bar is now set so low that the light-hearted news won't be that light-hearted, will it? You know, Trevor McDonald giving it some... And finally, 17 people were killed in a road traffic accident. Good night. That's, in comparison, better. The M3 closed due to... She just wants the job back, doesn't she? Let's have a look. Wasn't Soggy Trot one of Andrew's nannies? Jono's not exactly blameless. Exactly. I don't know whether do we think better of him or is it... I really just don't know what to do with the mental maths on that one. You don't need a prison. You could also imprison people at home, like the Green Party councillor. Yeah. But then that woman would have to go around to your house. The prison officer woman who wants to sleep with prisoners, if we do more of this, people being released on licence, imagine the extra carbon she's going to spend driving round. So actually, that would really upset the Green councillor because of the carbon, which actually might be the best punishment there is. All right, well done. You've done that one. That's right, Nish, says Chris for some reason. What have I said on there? Nonce Wars wasn't on my 2026 bingo card. Yeah. Who do you have to pick? Angela could just watch almost daily. I don't think this would cheer anyone up. Andrew spent the morning with horses. Oh, horses, says Hugh. Good point. We don't know which morning we're talking about. That will get snapped up by Channel 5, Joodles. I'd probably watch it. All right. I'm gonna have to sort this out. I'm gonna have to sort out this. Oh, I've dropped them on the floor. Oh, after all of that, that was the one I was looking for. I think this is the same person. What was her name? Charlotte something? Yeah, Charlotte Winstanley. Does more than win him. You know what I mean? Best she'd ever had, apparently. I mean, in part, I don't mind you doing it, but leaving a review seems a bit harsh, doesn't it? Oh, I'm knocking over the drink. Stay there. The only reason I'm putting that up is because I've got to reach under the table. And I don't want you seeing my bald spot. We're back. Oh, let's mop that up. Right. What's happened there? This show has gone to tits, isn't it? Speaking of which, I think Proper Memes actually sent me this one. I think it's too big for the screen. This is the Chappell someone or other, which really, I have no idea who this person is. I'm sure be down with it. She's won a Grammy, which means she's singer or drug dealer. And it seems that she made the headlines by this outfit, which it has to be said is not going to keep you warm. Indeed, she does not look very warm. In 2 ways. 3, depending on how you count this. But the point I wanted to try and make is that... Oh, I really just screwed this up. Worse than Lewis. So this story, this is what people dress like in the Grammys these days. Meanwhile, theatre bosses issue a trigger warning about onstage nudity of a puppet. There it is. That gets a trigger warning. This is at the Grammys. I don't think I understand the world anymore. But I won't. I'm just going to screw this one up and put it in the bin. Stay there. Yeah, it's screwed away. I won't in any way keep that later. Wrong one. Oh, wait a minute. Let's have a look. Charlotte Chazzy. What's she been saying? You're right. You're not coming up on the screen. We fixed it last time. I will fix it again. You used to be on all the time, though. It feels like it's not me that's done this. I feel like I'm not the one who's broken this system. Old man noises. Did I? Yeah. That's why you keep getting banned from the chat, Charlotte. What's she said? What have I missed out on? Darn it. Just threw something on. Well, she did and missed. That's the problem. She forgot a vest. She's well hung, says Martin. Well, that's a rumour that I don't know. Honey, I almost missed. Yep. She'd have felt the sharp side of my granny's tongue for that caper, says Joodles. Well, she'd very much feel the sharp side of if she sits on it and tries to stand up. Jesus, this is panning out to be like one of Lewis's shows. I do apologise. Normally I should be focused. I don't know what's wrong with my mental acuity. Is everything okay, Steve? Should we send help? Yeah, I'm knocking over. I think it's because this is the first time we've had 3 stories that are this big. I can't slide them under the thing. It's not my fault. It's the typesetters at the tabloids. So, got a wet patch over there now. I've worn the same tights for 19 years. Not my words, the words of the person in this article. Thrifty mum hails hosiery. But if you go, now this is what we could zoom in on. They've got a hole in the heel. But how is this a story? She's been wearing the same pairs of tights. We We don't know that really to be true, do we? I'm in the same way that I'm sure your goldfish wasn't the same goldfish. These could be different types. And she's in a national newspaper. Why am I not getting coverage for this show when this is all it takes to be in the national newspaper? Also, I've had this shirt for a while. I don't buy new stuff. I'm throwing that one away. That ain't going to help, is it? That's not going on the wall. I've got shirts that when they were made, they did not know whether the Y2K bug was really going to end society or not. I've got pants that are old, is what I'm saying. I've got pants that are older than some of the Gen Z people moaning about whatever they're moaning about in the news. And she's got a pair of tights to get her in the news? Wait, this is going to be my side issue. I need to start coming up with dumbass stories that somehow we can get to the newspapers and get this show covered in there. Was she in Busted? Oh, is she famous? Steve, blink twice if you need help. I have been blinking, haven't I? Have I not been blinking? If I've not been blinking, there's something in this drink that we need to get analysed. It's the news's fault, is the other catchphrase from this show. 19 years. You'd imagine she'd wash them at least. Oh, I've ruined that picture of Chappell Roan now. Triggers tights, says Martin. Oh, like the tights of Theseus. Can we have that as my catchphrase? The tights of Theseus. If you keep replacing the tights, at what point are there new tights? At what point do we now have? It's the concept of ownership and the weakness of our language. That's the ship of Theseus is not a philosophical tool like they think it is. It's just the stupidness of words. Bosh, done it. I've got socks, green, issued in 1977. Well, they're as old as me then, so no wonder they're probably a bit thin in certain areas as well. As of you all said the same thing. Yes. What? I think I might need to blink twice at this rate. Have I lost my ability to read? Good. We're up. Now, all of the stories are now small enough to fit under my new, slightly too well-lit thing. This one. Greggs gets matcha fit. The chain joins posh wellness craze. Greggs, you may have heard of them, is going posh by getting a matcha range. People. But also, the bigger story here, I mean, it's not surprising they do a trendy tea. They've done an iced matcha. There's tea in it. Get over yourself. But you can also have this when you go to the first Greggs studio, Pilates studio, Greggs Matcha and Move, it says over there, in London. And my analysis of this is, isn't the problem that Pilates, it's like yoga, it makes ladies break wind. Carbs from Greggs makes people break wind. You add that together, synergy, as Alan Partridge once said, there's going to be a lot of farts in that room. Don't go, and you didn't need to be told this, don't go to Greggs Pilates studio, because there's going to be more guff than air in there. Not only you might pass out, but if someone strikes a match, you're gone. So, public service announcement. You're welcome. Double D Chaz says Chad. Here she is. Hey, Charlotte. I think you're on the thing. You on the thing? I don't flipping know. Sausage yoga roll, says Martin. How is everyone? I feel like you've been out of civilization. You're just in the chat, but none of that. I don't flipping know. I try my best. Downward facing hot dog. This one. This is part 2 of the story. Thank you. Judel sent this to me. Someone else sent it as well. The boxer who got hit so hard his toupee came off. Now, whenever I receive a story about a toupee, obviously I take it personally, but I don't think that's how it was intended. It's a picture of him driving, and it's an AI, something, I don't know. But there we are. There's the actual original one. He got hit so hard his tube came off. If you're that vain, if you're worried about your looks, don't let a 17-stone man beat you in the face. Do you know what I mean? Some people I just don't get. Pick a lane. You're either that vain that you want to do the toupee thing, your looks, your face is your ticket. You're a beautiful man, and you don't want anyone to not think that you're beautiful. A little bit of hair loss, obviously. I'm not going to shame that. I myself am slightly thinning. I can't help thinking that having a man beat you in the ring is also not going to help your looks. Do you know what I mean? I want to make sure I get good coverage of my hair, and why not good coverage of my nose while I'm doing it? I don't flipping understand people. Greg's have a pub in Newcastle. No, what? Has that impacted your health? I'm a bad man. Beard meets food. What? Went. Oh, it is a person, is it? I thought that was your 3 words? Mixed reviews. It's a publicity thing. It's closing soon. Is it? What, the pub thing? Hair raising, says Mr. Cuff and Martin. And but he won by a close shave. That's proper means. Seems obvious now you've said it. Vanity. Do you know what I mean? I want to make sure I look beautiful. Please smack my face with your big fists. It's like that dilemma where you're in a restaurant and you get food that's not acceptable. To pay or not to pay, says Hi-Ho Kermit. Hi-Ho Kermit's here. Witnessing one of the least well put together shows. For that, there'll be hell to pay, says Martin. Honestly, all of you, get on this. I realise some of these jingles are not resetting because I moved them in a different folder. I see. Oh, how could we not be dealing with this story? Bomb squad call. We are dealing with this story. What a dumb question. There it is. Bomb squad called after man gets World War I shell stuck up his bottom. World War I. How long has that thing been up there? You think you'd have noticed by now. I think I'd notice almost straight away if you put any kind of bomb, any era ordnance up my jacksie. Even the modern day drone, you put one of them up there, I think I'd probably tell. What's going on with that? It is. It's too washed out. I'm not having it. There it is. See, that now looks not as fun, does it? Bomb disposal experts. Poor people. Imagine that. Your job's bad enough. You're a bomb disposal person. What do you do for a living? You risk your life. What do you got to go and do today? Check out someone's crevice. Oh, as if they have not had it bad enough. We're called to a hospital after a live World War I artillery shell was found up a man's bottom. The 24-year-old, something's not right about this, isn't it? Was in France. A source said he was in a state of extreme discomfort. Well, yes. TikTok, you know what I mean? Having inserted a large object up his emergency surgery was... Oh, imagine that. Delicate work. Make sure you cut the right wire. And the object was found to be an artillery shell. Worse still, it had not exploded. I disagree. I think it would be worse if it exploded. Maybe I'm overprecious with my chocolate pocket, but I would prefer things at my bottom to not explode. I don't get the modern day world. I'm willing to admit I don't understand what's going on here. Also, by the way, newspaper, thanks for bothering to show us the hospital. That's what people wanted to see. Someone's got a bomb up their bottom, but what does the hospital look like? There it is. Do we have any other information? The patient, a French national, is now expected to be interviewed by police. Didn't realise that was illegal. Well, I suppose, he was carrying a weapon, wasn't he? Legal action against him for handling Category A munitions. He got confused what the A stands for, didn't he? That's not the French word for it, but don't ruin the joke. All right. Where did we get to? Hugh says, can we please not give this story any more ammunition? Mr. Cuff says, rear gunner. Bum squad to the rescue, says Proper Memes. I just fell on it naked. Have you seen, there's a video I did about this once. I don't understand why people pretend that way around. I'd pretend the other way around. The cliche is they're doing something where they're experimenting, cramming things up there, and then they go to hospital and say, "Oh, I was just trying to clean the house naked, fell backwards, landed on something, and here I am." I think I'd be more embarrassed if that's what happened. If I were so dumb as to be trying to clean the house naked, all right, maybe it's warm. That bit I'm not shaming for. But if I'm so bad at cleaning I fall over and somehow stupidly land on something O-ring first, I'm fairly sure I'd turn up to the doctors and say, "Sorry, I was just trying to feel what it felt like if I crammed it up there." There's less shame in that, isn't there? It's a ticking time bomb, says Proper Memes. Hi-ho Kermit, naked bum 2 3/4. On that bombshell, like Clarkson would say, says Proper Memes. It's been up there for some time, says Martin. Artillery, says Martin. Is this what we do now? I enjoy this more. Joodle says howling. You would be, wouldn't you, if you were not ready for it? He was offended it hadn't exploded. Well, do you know? Yeah, all right. Doctors had to get to the bottom of the incident, says Proper Memes. I feel the story has been mined deep enough. Oh, dear. Says Hugh Jarrett. And putting the end into endoscopy, says Martin. Are you Googling for these? Freud would have had lots to say about it. Surely you just shout, "Cover!" That's all you do, wouldn't you? That's all I'd do if I saw that. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. No, I did not set that one up right, did I? It's not surprising we had the most fun with that one, is it? That's on me as much as it is you. Brits, on whole, want culture. Great British holiday traditions, including a pint at the airport, are being killed off by Gen Z travellers. You know me. I often say mean things about the Gen Zs. Because we just covered one earlier on. I can't even remember what it was now, but it's always dumb. On this one, you're right, Gen Z. Well done. Even a stopped clock is right twice. No, Gen Z, a clock is... No, the digital ones that you see on your phones, obviously, if that's stopped, it's blank. In the olden days, clocks were actually clock. God, you're idiots. But the point is, these olden things called clocks, they're going to be right twice. Because they'd be stuck at a time, and at some point the time goes past it. You'll never get it. But you're right about not drinking at an airport. It's the stupidest thing. Of all the things to have as a tradition, I'm going to go on holiday. What shall I do? I'm going to get absolutely trolleyed before I get on the plane. And I think it's because the time zones are different, aren't they? It's the wrong time of day to drink in the UK, but going on holiday, going to a different time, so let's get lathered now. You're probably going to like Ibiza, though. Do you know what I mean? You're off to Alicante. It's an hour difference, isn't it? Stop pretending you're in some sort of netherworld of time travel. Well, all bets are off. Don't get drunk before you're flying on you're making it worse. The toilets are a nightmare on planes. I don't like the idea of a toilet where you hear it go. Do you know what I mean? If you accidentally get something in the wrong place on a normal toilet, it gets wet. If you get something in the wrong place on one of those tiny little aircraft toilets, it will get sucked off. Don't use that as a clip. You are not allowed to meme. No. Who was that from Lloyd's again, Steve? What have I done? I don't know. What have I done? Today, I've forgotten half the things on this show already. Oh, finally there is a solution. It's this one. Mad Finette. Happy to keep peace. The Happy Mondays stopped soldiers and farmers scrapping near their recording studio by feeding them ecstasy tablets. The rest of the story no one cares about. Straight away you hear that and you think, done it. We've solved the world's problems, haven't we? Forget like a dog trying to get his Peace Prize by sending over an armada. Send over the Happy Mondays. Send some black grape over there. Yeah, why don't we just put drugs in the water of all of these warring nations? Just bliss them out. Or some of these Middle Eastern nations that might be slightly oppressing their women, put the old off-brand Cialis in there. Yeah, put that in the water. All of a sudden, you want to see more than an ankle. Their ankles would be free at least. And on hot days, that would be appreciated. I'm not saying we'd end war. I'm saying we could stop the oppression of women by at least letting them show some ankles on a hot day. Something in it. You know what I mean? It's not the dumbest idea I've had, which is obviously not saying much. Right. I feel I've dropped the rest of the show. It's fine. Got to go. Leek and potato soup is calling me. Oh, well, have a leek. Go and eat some potato soup. Enjoy yourself. The airport one. Have I blacked out? There is a strong chance. I knew this is a weird one. Is it my name and picture that's offending YouTube? I don't know, but it used to work, didn't it? When you were called the other thing. I still haven't seen the picture. I know what I'm doing after the show, though. I ain't getting on no plane, fool, unless I'm utterly pickled. Oh, is that what it is? This is all from the A-Team. Young people won't know what that is either. Is this what it is? Is this why we drink? Because we want to be like B.A. Baracus. Isn't it weird that he hated flying, but he was called B.A.? I think the guy from Lloyd's was formerly that Iranian comedian, says Hi-Ho Kermit. I think Bill Gates has tried the surreptitious drugging idea. Can we just take a second to say what a gentleman that Bill Gates is? The accusation, and it's just an accusation at this stage, from the Epstein files, is that he caught some sort of a sexually transmitted disease, which, in the world of nerds, would have made him our king. But then he wanted some antibiotics, and he wanted to try and give this to his missus. But he tried to get the antibiotics from Epstein. Didn't this guy have like a trust, a world foundation, supplying medicines to countries? Surely you could have found a way to get that. In the same way that they've developed a low water toilet, makes me think he needed a poo. Do you know what I mean? You want a low water toilet, just do a wee on a plane. It would literally... No, don't use that as a clip. Bill Gates thought that he could vax the whole world. Melinda wouldn't have known that he'd slept with a Russian... Oh. But imagine that. We often... Oh, these chairs. We often get the news stories about women complaining that men don't do enough passive help. We've covered this before. Surveys where they say, the active help is all very well, but what about the passive help? Why don't you fix a problem without me having to tell you? That's what he was doing. I think we're being a bit harsh on the Bill Gates. Everyone's saying, oh, he's trying to put drugs in us all. No, just the one. Just the one. Yes, if you'd have told me that the coronavirus vaccine was basically a treatment for the clap, and he thought it was better to stooge an international... No, I've said that now. YouTube's going to flag this, but it's right, isn't it? He thought it was better to orchestrate some sort of global pandemic so that everyone takes a dose. I'm not saying I'd believe you. I'm not saying I wouldn't believe you. Steve, you're not winning that argument. Yeah, I'm not, am I? I don't win a lot of arguments. You've observed something. M says, and Bill Cosby. Just really... Okay. You're making me think I need to back out of of my own argument here. I think we're up to date. Yeah, okay. So Bill Cosby was doing a lot of passive help. Okay. I feel like we better move on before I'm going to get myself in even more trouble. Some of this, why don't we? Dropped it, haven't I? Stay there.
Here are the plugs where you can
Putting the lights back on. It's a nicer colour, but you know what it is? Wow. I'm maxing it out. Wow, look at that. But, plugs. Wednesday, 11, GB News. I'll be reviewing the newspapers. End of sentence. On Friday, performing in Wellingborough. No, me neither, but I'll find out. Saturday, 6 a.m, GB News. We're back, baby. This is where I'll be doing... It's actually fitting that one. It does, doesn't it? Oh, nice. Doing the Saturday morning thing. I don't know what to do with the fascial hair. We've reached the stage now where something needs to be done, but I'm still not hating it. What are the options? So, as we've talked through before, I can either get rid of this and goatee. We'll do some live streams before then, so maybe this is just for the next live stream. We could do a public vote. The goatee, but it's not got enough length on it, does it? The moustache, this moustache. Or, of course, there's an option. Probably didn't want to do that one. But it's not black, is it? So I reckon I'd get away with it. Yes, there are live streams. They've just not been written on the thing. Live streams on Thursday, on Friday. Why not? It looks like I can do them all. This is not the week where I get the second part of the dentistry work. Mr. Cuff says, Happy Mondays and Bill Cosby in the same section of the stream. Both can be considered... Well, now then, I'm not doing that impression. Good evening. I mean, good work. Fine, splendid work. This video is going to get taken down, but other than that, that's fine. Is it Nina's contract that she'll only be on GB News if you're on, says Hugh. Well, I don't think so, but I wouldn't blame her if it were. Would that it were. Hang on. Indeed, would that it were. Would that it were. So, yeah, Wednesday night with Nina, I think so. I was on Saturday night as an extra special, and she was on there as an extra special. And she said to me, she said, we must stop meeting like this or get away from me. It was whatever the vibes. It was similar. It was some sort of thing like that. But no, Saturday morning, I'm on with, is it Angela that I do Saturdays with? Either way, I'm willing to work with any of them. If any of them want to do a podcast, yeah. Wednesday nights with Nina, says Proper Memes. And, yeah. So we're all just walking away from Mr. Cuff's excellent joke as if it didn't happen. Excellent. Good. We're getting away with it. Nice. And we're done. Thank you very much for tuning in. Oh, I also did have on here, forget the gigs, YouTube. We'll do live streams Thursday at 12, Friday at 12. Looks like it's happening. YouTube.com/ at Mr. Stephen Allen. On Substack, I've written a thing on there about there's a plan to make the British countryside less white. Have a read. It's an interesting story. We were meant to cover it last night on Talk when I was on with Alex Phillips, but we didn't get time, so I wrote up my thoughts on that one. I'll try and do another one. Plus, I have written an article on X, because you could do that now. Didn't realise I could do it, so I did one. So if you'd like to read my thoughts on that story, which is about a rule on French trains, which I'm actually in favour of. Get all the details. Proper Meme says, Diamonds are forever with Steve. Yeah, me and Anne Diamond. No, but not Anne Diamond's the host, but I'm the other newspaper reviewer. Angela Evans, is she the one I do it with? We need more Bill Cosbys in the British countryside, says Proper Memes. People go there for a nice relaxing time. I love it that for you it's just a comment section. For me it's the end of a career. But no, that's fine. It's not that much of a career, is it? So yeah, Substack. I think that's about all I've got to plug at the moment. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you very much for this. It's been fun. I said when I started today's little live stream chat fest, I needed this. I'm not sure if I needed this, but that just goes to show you, doesn't it? You never can tell. Be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. Cheers again, Steve. And Chat Martin says, thank you very much to everyone. What time is it? Yeah, I've taken up enough of your time. Till next time, have yourself a good one. Bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic.
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen, almost daily, laughs and facts, served out plainly. You're doing it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
What is the deal with the doobadoo?